Oh, hi gozaimasu there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Good morning. So, I did get the turn last night from Mr. Dadman, but it was fairly late, so I thought, you know what, I might as well just do it in the morning, when I'm actually a little bit more active, which is quite good. So, what will be today? Who knows? Who bloody knows? It's hard to speculate because he does pull off these provocative actions. And then he always has the ability to pull out. I mean, this is it. He has no reason, really. Excuse me. Indeed, he has no... Yeah, bootstraps, there we go. He has no real reason to enter into the Marsh Islands. There's not really gain for him here, unless he seeks to engage in a battle with Kitapatai. But then he doesn't know where Kitapatai is. He also knows that there are land-based zeros, as far as he can tell. A decent number of those. He may think, right, okay, well, they may be increased in number. Things might have changed. There's a lot of different variations here, a lot of different outcomes in this situation. One of them really, and the one that I expect to happen, is, God, I've got something in my chest today, that he doesn't come in. What we're doing with the Kitapatai is we move Kitapatai. If you ever open the game up and you go to the map, where it says Kewa in Quadriline, that's where we're moving KB. We're moving a little closer to Roinema. We wanted to keep moving just to make sure we had some movement there available to us. But primarily, I don't expect him to come in. I mean, we were considering whether he was to go for Truck or the Marianas, but we're like, right, okay, we can come up behind him and do that. We are able to react to that. God. I'm sorry, it's the first time I've spoken today, so it's kind of weird. apparently I'm not used to speaking for the first time today, apparently. Seems that way at least. But I do hope you're all doing well. I don't know how many of you are in the chat, but hopefully you're doing well. Okay. Well, I personally blame it on these bloody allergies as of late. I live next to a park now. So there's just every manner of, like, plant in there. Okay, so we have reports of submarines nearby, apparently. I decided to take the risk. I know she's likely to be dead, but I thought it was worthwhile taking a risk there. Excuse me. And she's heading for Talagi to... Yeah, she's gonna... Yeah, she goes down there, yeah. Yeah, that's a shame. I knew that was gonna happen, but, well, I mean, this is not new. I hoped it wouldn't happen. But I thought I'd take the risk on it, frankly. Flip the coin on it. It was a nice ship. If it survived, it would have been excellent, but hey-ho. I am invading these islands over here with the two APDs that were out at sea. I was considering going down here, but maybe that's a little bit too bold. We've got the target that I wanted initially, which was Luganville, so that's secured, which is good news. Now what we can go ahead and do is sort of backfill and work on those islands as well. Luganville was the far region one. There were others, but obviously we see that there are targets out there. Okay, so moving into the day phase. It will be interesting to see what he does down in the Coral Sea area. He knows that we obviously have a means to strike at him. He's bloody lucky, actually. Right, okay. Ships near Palmyra. We are running our 14 Hex G3 attack. It looks like that might be going in there today. It looks like he's stayed essentially in position. We shall see there. I mean, I am prepared to lose them. It will suck if we do lose them, but I'm prepared for that. Okay. Interesting that... Oh, right, okay. Unable to detect due to range or weapon. That's good. We've had some terrible, terrible issues with the range or weapon issue. Well, range or weapon in general. Excuse me. Okay, 132 casualties there. I'm just wondering if... Yeah, I was like, yeah, they do have an Azcona. I'm like, where the hell is that Azcona? But there we go. It is there now. So, we're bombing his forces over here then. Try and force them to stay put, obviously keep them with that structure there. So, if we do see anything then, it may be just a couple G3s go through, which, I mean, it increases the chances that they get through, but then it also decreases the chances that they'll actually kill something when they get there, because it'll not be enough for them. But we'll see. It's worthwhile to keep at the range just on the chance he does come in. And as you can see, he's lingering now. So he's definitely running that, but he can't run it forever. He's paying a price. If he's running high cap, he's paying that fatigue price, so we'll see what happens out here. Okay, continue to bomb. But no, as far as it goes, I think it's a worthwhile price to have an opportunity to hit one of his carriers, really. I mean, oh, they lost a gun. Whoa. That's interesting that they lost a gun. I don't think I've seen that before from an actual airfield bombardment. Yeah, losing G3s and zeros wouldn't like so, but at the end of the day, we do produce those. We can't produce pilots per se, we do get a somewhat set number of pilots and good pilots, so we have to train them. But aircraft are fairly cheap in that instance, it's the pilots that aren't for the most part. But hitting a carrier today would be worthwhile. I don't know if I could see it happening now. He has decided to linger at range, but that's okay. It's a situation where we can have essentially just wait it out, I don't particularly mind. Now, I have set some zeros to LR cap over here. Only some. I was up with an hour and a half minute descent, so I went for about 40%. I do worry that he will choose to hit one of these bases instead, so I decided to stay quite heavy on the cap in that area. But we'll see there. Excuse me. I was surprised that he did decide to go ahead and hit the troops of Butner. I was quite, well, not at Butner, but from Butner. I was quite surprised by that. I decided to go ahead and switch things over here, so we're going to have the full-strength division cross over here to take control of that, because they'll be able to do it and do it properly. The weaker division is going to head this way, and the armoured car... I forgot which way I'm sending it now. I think we're going to have the armoured car sent over here to then go up north. Make it a little quicker on those. Wow, okay. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, there we go. So we do finally see the Hurricanes. Now, this is going to be one where we'll probably lose quite a few here. The Hurricanes are quite the nasty son of a bitch. It looks like he might actually be bombing the airfield here today. Now, we do have some actual flak here today. Well, we have flak anyway, but we have some actual flak. We do also have some radar as well, so this is the first time I believe we've had radar used. So it'll be interesting to take a look at the battle report. Oh, we shoot down an Oscar shooting down a Hurricane is actually pretty damn good. I mean, if we do shoot down some of them, I would be really, really happy. If we could get some more Tojos into the fight as well, I'd be really happy there too. Right. Hey, Mexi, good to see you, my friend. We are diving on them, which is definitely a helpful aspect here. Not bad so far. I was expecting a slaughter, it could still happen, and it does begin there. But it's as if they just have so much firepower. No, it seems as if his carriers are staying just around weight. We did have some G3s attempt to go out, but I think 11 of them missed due to range or weather. And right now we do see him attempting to hit Magway, but we're actually doing fairly well. I mean, once the Hurricanes get amongst them, we might see some more losses, but I'm happy so far. I mean, that's actually really not bad so far at all. You've said dinner? Oh, that's pretty awesome, man. It's about 12 minutes past 9 here. In the morning, that is. Unless I'm in the future. Okay. You know what? I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm actually really quite... This is actually really quite good. I did not expect to have such good results. I'm fairly pleased here. I don't think we've seen the Tojos actually engage as of yet. Yeah, come on, submarines at Wake. I mean, the submarines are heading out towards Wake. I don't think they'll have the range to make it there today. So it's running quite low here today. It looks like we are hitting the bombers as well now. I've not seen any flak firing as of yet, so maybe they're not actually over the air base as of yet. I mean, I'm not used to having the presence of radar, so I've never seen actually used from our side, so I'm not entirely sure if it has been used as of yet. I assume it would be, we'll see. Yep, wow, this is actually turning into quite a slaughter for him here. But the priority is the Hurricanes. Shoot down the Hurricanes, we're doing pretty good at it. Look at the blended damage, some more of them turn back. Wow, okay, that didn't go as I expected. I expected a slaughter on our end, but that went really surprisingly well. Ray detected at 22 nautical miles, estimated altitude 10,000 feet. So is that the radar coming in here? Estimated time to target is 7 minutes. I think this is the radar there. You can imagine the hell of a rush you would have there, but I mean, at least 7 minutes of prior warning is 7 minutes. You don't have long there. I mean, also we did have some cap on station, so that helps. Very interesting there. Yeah, here we go. So, this is very interesting then. So 6 planes diverted to support cap in Hex, so 6 airborne, 3 on standby, 2 scrambling. 6 planes intercepted now, group patrol altitude is 15,000 feet, scrambling flights between 5 and 8,000. Time for all group planes to reach interception is 56 minutes, 8 planes vectored to bombers. That's really cool, actually. I've never seen that overhead. Yeah, I've never seen that overhead. Raiders overhead, that's interesting. That's really cool. I've never actually seen how radar actually affects things. Well, it seems. I mean, obviously having the detection there did help. It did seem as though he was flying quite low there. 6K. Okay. His carrier's even in the area. We have seen a lot of ships in this area down here to south. Oh, well, there we go, but that gives away that is a carrier nearby there. 6 unable to locate due to range, so that takes us up to 17 unable to locate now. I think there's only about 21 or 22 GVs in active service right now. So we might have a strike still go through, but it's looking less and less likely. Okay, a couple more casualties there being caused. We'll see. Looks like no strike. Looks like no carrier engagement here today. Aye, interesting. So we do see some ships down here by a vet. I did set them to return to retirement allowed once they do unload, so they do get out of there. But he has to, well, this is it, obviously he has to recognize the fact that we do have the ability to attack there. Yeah, so as I thought there, just a destroyed core. I decided to take them off of reserve just to give them that chance to rest. I didn't think it would retreat, I just can't see how it can retreat. If it does retreat, I'll eat my hat. But then somebody did raise the question, well, what if it retreats in a direction not anticipated? I'm like, well, that's a fair point. We also do see some forces moving out Chongqing, which is actually rather amusing, because that gives us like an amazing chance to hit them. Like, it really doesn't go well for him here. Yeah, unit destroyed there, just as I anticipated that. Yeah, they were pretty screwed, But it's given our forces some time to rest here. Annoyingly, I would have preferred to be in here, but we'll be able to march south. Deliberate attack over here once again. It's going to be costly, but it'll be worthwhile in the end. Once he runs out of supply, just to make it easier on us, I'm going to shock attack down here in this hex. Division attack in there. The sooner these forces are wrapped up, the sooner we can redeploy these men elsewhere. So, yeah, inconclusive there. Right, so he's now suffering with supply, that's good. So 757 casualties, not a small amount of casualties. There's not a small amount of Chinese in good train here. But they will start to take more casualties now. Yeah, quite 10 so far, but I mean, this is it. There's no real reason for him to move into the marshals. I should shock attack in this hex here. I forgot to set that. Yeah, there's no real reason for him to move into the marshals. There's no real gain. I think he's been trying. Well, I think it's been provocative. It seems that way now. 6 casualties there. So, still no lack of supply though, which is interesting. So, I'll shock attack there. I meant to shock attack this time, but we'll definitely shock attack there. Deliberate attack over here as well. Okay. But I mean, quiet turns are still useful turns for us. It would be great to get the well, how are they retreated? They shouldn't be able to retreat. Oh, okay. I thought that hex side was closed there. Seems not. That's an interesting one. He has been devastated though. 1926 there. We do have units here, but I guess that hex side was open there, but I'm pretty damn sure it was closed there. I don't know, maybe we must have missed something, or a unit moved and we forgot about that unit being moved then. Not too sure about that one. And we do have the artillery moving down here. We'll soon have division moving up over this way too. Oh, there's Abda. Cool. again. No, but as far as it goes then, essentially a good turn for us. We've not... Oh, there we go. Yeah, surrendering. They had nowhere to go, so that's good. So that's some nice VP gain there. And that is pretty much the last Dutch unit here on the island, besides one down here to the south. Did we destroy them all? 3 units destroyed. How many were there? Oh, so there's a 4th one, so we'll have to attack again next turn, but that'll surrender next turn then. And that'll be quite good there. So 1,000 casualties, obviously they're destroyed there. Some nice VP from those allied troops. Shock attacking over here. I do want the Naval Guard to finish this up over here. I have decided to include the 25 GC/B division here just for a little bit more AV. They really have nothing left, but sometimes they just don't know when to surrender, really. Yeah, there we go. We finally do force them to surrender there. That's good. Yeah, there we go. So 3,253 casualties. I mean, this is it. It doesn't look like a large unit, but there's still quite a lot of men in there. So there we go. So the 194 squads destroyed there. Quite funny, isn't it? 2 Naval Guards take out that. But obviously this train, they've been destroyed for a long time. So we can have them march back to Canton. I could potentially have these troops used over here at Pacoy, actually. We do have a couple of places where they could go now. But it does free up those forces now, which is a good thing. Still, we are seeing quite a lot of ships down here in the Coral Sea now, which is interesting. It's definitely reactive, which is good. Right. And we decided to go ahead and fly some troops over in here. So we will control the entirety of Borneo now. It just had to be done. So we do have the LB-Y2s over here in Batavia. So we'll go ahead and... I only sent, I think, 10% of the squadron to carry them, so hopefully there's only a few there, but we'll have to either pick them up or march them out. But there we go, so, not an anticlimactic turn, a useful turn. I wouldn't say anticlimactic because I didn't actually expect anything to really happen. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But I mean, this is it, he's lingering out there. We are trying to take our shots. I mean, we've had now, what, is it 2, or it's at least 2 turns. Maybe even 3 turns of the G3 M2s failing to find targets. So it's not for lack of trying that, not for lack of effort. Just simply the range. But hopefully he's flying his cap still. Accruing that fatigue. B5M2s, that's... Elasha? Okay. Okay. That's a fun one. For a time we did have the Burmese Jake Squadron, which was really quite amusing, actually. I remember talking to Gary about that. I was like, I don't know how they got there, and we're like, well, okay. Well, who knows? Maybe the Allies have developed riverborne submarines, and we need to patrol the rivers of Burma. Could also be a good comedy sketch as well. You can see the weather on the turn. I think there is like a forecast system, but I've never really used a forecast system because, well, weather has this terrible tendency to be not as you predicted. So I kind of just, yeah, I don't really use a forecast system. Maybe it could be useful because it gives you a general idea, but I don't know. I never pay that much heed to it, really. Okay, so we'll go ahead and start by taking a look over here then. So 21,228, good, get in there now. So, aircraft here today. So, wow, amazing exchange rate. If that's even to be believed, that's a fantastic exchange rate. It does have quite a few hurricanes, but that's going to be quite humbling for him there. I mean, for us to have 1 Oscar shot down and 1 lost ops is actually pretty fantastic. A couple of plenums there as well. Those hurricanes are going to be eating humble pie tonight. 2 sailors lost there to ops. And 2 Jakes there to ops, which kind of sucks. Would have been nice to see like a Vindicator or something go down, but hey ho. I'm really happy about that. Shooting down those hurricanes is really nice. Shift sunk today then. I did roll the dice on the Kakaro over here. I did want her to survive, and she didn't. It's only 10 victory points. I know it's daft to say it was only 10 victory points, but it's a good ship. And I would have been happy had she survived, but hey, I knew she wasn't going to, but I still wanted to take that roll of a dice there. So pulled out our troops there because there were more than expected. But we do have now some troops over here that are freed up. I may just have them picked up over here, but I think I'd have to have them march over here to make it any way. To expedite that process. But we'll have them march over here to Hong Kong then. Is it quicker to go to Hong Kong? Smash them to Hong Kong there. I do have that other Chinese unit, but I need to figure out where that needs to go. It's about 17 AV, which is actually really useful in China. What do we have here then? RGC. I'll have to take a look at these garrisons over here. Oh, right, looks like I could move one of these and forgot about that. I'll take a look at those afterwards. How you doing there, Parmentier? No. We did shoot down some hurricanes, though, which is really nice. That was probably the highlight of the turn so far. He does... wow, we have some pretty good information. There's a lot of task forces in there. Still 5 units over here, then. Okay. He's at range 40 now. Okay. I'm not too bad there, Maxie. How are you doing? Hope everybody else is well. Kidabatae are detected, which is good. Always a good thing there. We did have a report of a submarine in the area, but I don't know what aircraft actually spotted that. I could do with having the Jakes run the ASW then. Those Mavis has been taking quite a punishment there. I've been... yeah, they're part of the Tongi group. Well, at least there's another one repaired there, so that helps out. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, this is a situation that may just continue. I mean, as far as I can tell, he may move maybe 1 hex. Detection, okay. Well, that's fine, I'll just have it pop it in with the submarines there. It's just not a situation that works for him, so, I don't know. I think he's trying to bait us out, I think he's trying to bait out the G3s. And they didn't fly again here today due to weather. So, they live another day. But we can see there, 12 fatigue, so the fatigue's not too bad. They are flying. They're just not fighting the target. So, I'm not too sure how we go about that. But, fatigue there, 24. I mean, fatigue's building up on these fellows due to that higher cap, but I mean, it's a difficult one here. That is a difficult one. That is a fair amount of fatigue there. I would like to stand them down somewhat, so we might be able to potentially do that with the Kidabatae being closer than it was beforehand. But the ship's over here. Okay. Now, we do see some ships down here, which is interesting. That looks to be the cruiser group we saw earlier. What range is that? Excuse me, 17. Okay. I did tell them to get out of dodge, but it looks like also they're not loading quickly enough. Now... I could possibly like have a surface action group out here, which might not be a bad idea. We didn't see any B-17s here today, which is interesting. And again, I did run 40, and I didn't want to run it too hard. I was very much umming and ahhing about that. I expected him to target Buna due to the fact that Buna has an airfield now, but he hasn't gone for that. I mean, we'd like to go ahead and build... well, we'd like to go ahead and base some aircraft here at Buna, really. But we'll see there. They're making progress. Okay. We'll just have them march. I should have just gone down here, really. We'll have them move then. I don't know why he decided to use the B-17s there. I don't know. It didn't really do him any good. And I think he lost 2 B-17s, apparently due to ops. Obviously, take that with a grain of salt. Pinch of salt there, but... I don't know. It revealed what they were there. Now, can I pick these troops back up with those aircraft? No, because there's no airfield here. Okay. Righto. What I'll go ahead and do then is... I may have them transfer to Singapore. I don't think we have really any islands out here that we could take. I mean, would there be some value in taking a base out here? I don't know. Interesting. We'll have them stand down to rest here then today. Obviously these forces need to march out. At least it is clear terrain out here, so it's not too bad. They can make it now, and obviously they'll find a road there. So yeah, they'll march this way. But it also means that there's nowhere for these troops to go anymore. I kind of hope they just disintegrate, well, just dissipate away, but we'll see. We'll attack again out here, then force them to surrender. Did see some British submarines around here, no longer. But he had a little bit of a serving of humble pie today, which is really good. Really good. Okay. They're moving south. I decided to go ahead and actually send, well, I am sending, I should say. I'm going to send the actual divisions and the headquarters up over here to Magway. The reason is, well, I was like, you know what, actually, they do have a lot of engineers. I might as well go ahead and put them to use. So they're going to be sent towards Magway. I may have one sent elsewhere, or maybe even have the other one sent somewhere else as well to help build up. But I'm like, well, that's like, I don't know, around about 50 or so engineers per division. It's like, that's a fair number out here. You take a look at Magway, we've only got 17 engineers. There's not a lot of engineers, so having, I don't know, maybe about 90 to 100 or so engineers arrive here would really speed things up over this way, so that's quite a good thing for us. So we'll decide, but likely they'll head here. Makes sense, makes sense. I could then have the Royal Thai troops moved elsewhere then. Okay. The divisions as well. I don't think they carry any particularly heavy AA. Just some 7.7s there. Imagine if these were like AA guns. That'd be so good. that'd be nice. But no. Yeah, just the AMGs. Absolutely nothing special there. But those engineers will help. They will help. Okay. So, pretty good so far, then. We do again a destroyed stress called that force of APs. Now, things are moving. We do have fuel moving into the area. I may have that oiler group diverted towards the Kidaptai there. Well, I mean, this is it. They're just rifle rounds, aren't they, really? But, I mean, this is it. If something flies low enough for them to become effective, it is going to do some damage. Not a lot, but it'll do some damage. But, I mean, this is it. A lot of aircraft are armoured. So, but you never know. I mean, it's a token effort. And you do wonder, is it just worth, I don't know, is it even worthwhile bothering? But, it makes the troops feel better, at least. Okay. So, might have a shot at these, like, cruisers in this area. Doubtful, but we might have one. We did also pick up on something out this way, too. Something out here. Okay. Found the DMS to be 14 there. Okay. Yeah, last year was a weird one. There we go, upgraded another air defense regiment at Mukden. And Ikazuki. Okay, she needs to be moved out so we can go ahead and have her repaired. The mic model. Be game. Those fun days. Okay. Good to taking that unit out there. I think eventually they would starve. Right, so we're loading our troops over here to be moved out. Oh, that's kind of scary. Oh. No, I just stream whenever. I mean, there's not even a time that you can say. I mean, I'm only doing it today because I'm in my exam week at the moment. Well, revision week, I should say. So I don't have a class today. I would have had a class today, but they decided, well, we'll just do it Friday instead. As I just had a kanji examination yesterday. After this, I will be going ahead and just doing some more studies. But yeah, when do I stream? Do I have a streaming time? I don't know. Probably best I could say is it's between sometime in the day and sometime at night. Make it about what you would. Okay. Oh yes. Isn't it 20 garrison? No, there's no garrison over here. Okay. But those units are useful to hold hexes, really. Right. He's not even attempted to escape over here, which is interesting. 6 units over there, but I mean, I don't know why you'd even do that. Because I can get to those men and I will be able to take those men on. They might be of a decent strength, but they're just too outmatched now. Also moving our units over here to deal with that pain in the arse. Yeah, no, there's 2 of them. Right, they're moving in there. It is a secondary road, so they have another turn. Yeah, they have another turn at least in movement mode. They're going to take some time to ride. So, on the 19th of April, we'll attack and destroy that unit, ideally, and then they'll probably move somewhere else to fuck with me, but we'll see. And there is an armoured car unit moving up on the road here. I may wait for the armoured car to reach here to make sure it doesn't block the road, but we'll see. Yeah, I'm surprised. I don't know. I'm pretty damn sure we controlled that hex site beforehand, but it seems not. It's kind of annoying. It is a devastated unit. Oh, that is annoying. And I doubt he has any AV to cause any problems. It is annoying that he sits on a rail line here. I do need to go ahead and surround him. Oh yeah. I do have that Mongol cavalry there, which is going to come in quite useful. So we'll dispatch a rail. Oh, sorry, a regiment by a rail. I do need to go ahead and surround them now. Right. What I'm going to do is, I think, move a unit here, and then at least he is surrounded there. It's a very niche joke, I'll give you that one. It's very niche. I can't say I predicted it. Alright, okay. Should be able to move fairly quickly, due to the fact that he's going to have a lot of fatigue there. But we'll move, we'll surround him there, and then we should be able to deal with him. Okay. So how we're looking fatigue-wise? There's still a fair amount of fatigue over here. Still a fair amount. Maybe potentially because they participated in combat this turn. It is something that we have to manage. But I can't imagine his situation's in a better one than ours. Now we have 2 divisions here in good state. It could simply be that we have the divisions that are actually in a good state, the armor and the artillery go forward. We could potentially allow these other divisions a turn's rest, perhaps? Possibly so. When I can't imagine they're in a good state. Hey, take a look at that. There's 41,000 men there, 113 guns. 41,000 men there, 3 guns. Quite a difference there. Only 21 guns over here, apparently, chunky. Yeah, there's more guns than these bases. So we are marching now towards SunYan. That was going to be a little bit tougher due to the amount of men and that mountain's train as well, but we'll work on it. Got to get the artillery moving here. And I do have the artillery, so that's going to help out. So just ops mode, set to march. Right, so we'll move in movement mode now. Looks like the artillery just crossed today. Set all to march to SunYan. Set all to plan for SunYan. There we are. Alright, so we'll be there soon enough. Let's see. Okay. I may have one of the artillery units move there, perhaps like from here to here, just to close that hex side for our own benefits. Possibly so. I think I'll take a look at how some paratroopers dropped over here to take that base. Kunming, I imagine, still has a garrison. I'd be surprised if it didn't. But I mean, we are pressuring him now on all sides. I'm also preparing to move out over here shortly. Once these troops cross over here, we'll be okay. I may even have the, depending on where that unit goes, I might have the actual full-strength division march this way to block their retreats. And then what I'd like to do is probably have a Chinese unit stay here at Jikyang and a Chinese unit stay here or here just to hold these hex sides. Yeah, no, it's going well, it's going well. And then I'll have the armoured car unit move up this way just to take control here. Oh, rip. I thought you meant epic. I was like, yeah, it is. Yeah, he's... I don't know why he's behaved like this in China. It's an odd one. It's been perplexing since day one. They're moving out there. I think Changsha will probably be one of the last bases I deal with in China, really. The reason being I just don't have to deal with it right now. So I'm happy enough to not. It will come though, the day will come. So I'll change that to shock attack. But these men are freed up, so that's a good thing for us now. Ah, the engineer. Ah, do I want that engineer actually now? It may even be quicker to move it in at Hanoi and then have it march on the major road there and then go up there. But although, fairness, I could have it dropped in Kukong, sorry, in Canton, march to Kukong, rail up over here. I do have this division over here being, yeah, still 2 more days. Okay, armoured cars are here now. Oh, do I want to have the armoured cars move up here? I mean, I could have the armoured cars begin moving this way, and I think it's probably for the best to move up this way. It's still secondary roads, so they'll move fairly quickly. So I guess we'll have them move there. Yeah, have them move there, then move up the road. I don't know if it is quicker, actually. It's probably not. It's probably not. I mean, this is it. I think we'll just hold on for the time being there. Oh, SunYan. Ah. I didn't even realise it was you, SunYan. Like, I literally did not know. Well, I don't know who that guy is. Okay. I think I'll wait then. It's major roads, so we'd be moving 30 miles a day. I need to actually go into combat mode then. So we'll go to combat mode here today. And their march now, yeah, they're making good speed as well. I think it's major road all the way out there too. I could even detach like a regiment to head up that way. That'd be useful. Once China goes, where does your army go? Well, I mean, to the north. Who said that? Who said that? I don't know. We'd like to buy out some troops where we can, but we'll see. We haven't really made any concrete moves as of yet. We're able to go in both directions, or all directions to a degree. Some more so than others. We'll decide when we get there. We're going to beat China first and then see how we are looking at that point. Alright, tanks moving down that way. Tanks moving south is good. They're moving there. I mean, it's such a boon to be able to take the north here. I mean, we've had access to that oil now for some time, which is pretty good. I mean, this is it. That's 90 oil there. Also, we did have to... I think we had to repair the oil here at Xi'an. I think it was. It was still worthwhile. Also, we lost out of the refineries. I think we destroyed it. I think it was flattened. But it's still useful. In the end of the day, we have that oil repair now, so that's 110 oil there. So 160 oil gained from northern China. Which is not the largest amount ever, but it's still good. You know what I mean? That's still good to have. I mean, that's nearly 2 Samarindas. Or just about 60% of BLeAcHACiD. It adds up. It does add up. And it's oil that we're not likely to lose, really, which is quite good for us. And that black gold always flows where it needs to. So it's definitely been very, very useful for us so far. I mean, the amount of VP and resources of oil that we gain from China has been really quite good so far. So I think I will... I mean, this is it. We have the ability to rest now, which is good. So I think I will... And I could... Yeah, I mean, I think I will give them that time to rest. It's such a large amount of fatigue and disruption. I don't think it'll hurt. They still have 2 strong divisions I can attack. So what I'll do then here, rebuild them. I'd hope they would have been able to shake off some of that, but I think due to them being involved in combat, it didn't happen that way. So what we'll do then is we'll move south. Operations mode. Set all to follow. But what I will do here then is go to infantry, sword by fatigue. Yeah, I mean 67, 61, 56, 53, 49. That's a fair amount, some disruption as well. While these are at 8 and 3. So we'll give them some time to rest here. I think a day is worthwhile. I think a day we can manage. I'm going to march on Chengdu anyway. There we are. Now, I could leave a headquarters here. Or even all the headquarters here. I think I'll leave the headquarters, actually. They should actually aid with their support there to get the troops actually rested. And this is it, we're not marching on we're not marching on Chongqing immediately. We're going to be marching over here to Chengdu. That's going to be the goal there. I also do want to go ahead and use the light armor to grab this if I can. I don't know if it's actually garrisoned. I imagine it probably is, but I would like to go and grab that. But I'd like to. I can't speak. I'd also like to go ahead and grab all these hexes. Like even over here, I'd like to go ahead and grab that. If I could get over here as well, to the other side, that'd be great news. We will have to send like a division or something sometime to go get that. These will have to be dealt with as well. I was just, I was like, I might as well just build 1 level of fortifications because it's cheap. But I think I'll leave it at that. I need a division there. They're digging in there, yep, okay. Alright. So, we'll head south then, be about 2 days before we arrive here then. So, on the 3rd day, we'll attack. So, we're looking at what, 20th of April, we'll attack here. So, definitely delayed. Had we had the reserve mechanic go ahead, then yeah, he'd have had his ass kicked again today. But we are bombing him, so he's not exactly getting that time to rest. That's a good thing there. Okay. I may just stop building that airfield up, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to start doing that. That one I'll keep building up to size 8. it's such a good position in China. Xi'an. I think I'll stop as well. They're saying that Xi'an may have uses in the future. I think I will build Xi'an up because it is going to be a target due to that oil there. Same as Langchao will be. So we'll build those ones up because we will eventually have to have some sort of like fair amount of protection there. At least for a time. Okay. They're still unloading there. I think what I'll go ahead and do is I might use the other armored units over here just to surround this unit if I can. So have an army over here. I think I'm still waiting on the rest of Southern Army to show up. I don't know what they're doing. I think they've just arrived back here, haven't they? They do have a couple of engineers, so I'll put them to work. Yeah. Actually, a valuable contribution there, just a couple more. Where's the rest of them? Oh, in Singapore. I thought they were in Burma for some reason. I just need to go ahead and get a ship to carry them up now, but perhaps. I thought that was a bloody allied ship for some reason. I don't know why, but it looked green to me for a second, like, just in the corner of my eye. And I like who's going in here to bombard. I also do have the Issei moving south here. Probably, is she suggesting to, what does the asterisk mean? Asterisk? Not sure. Still loading there. It's a size 2 pod, it should be okay. We'll see. Destroyed transport, yep, good, underway. So they can head in there and unload those engineers. I'll have to go ahead and pick up the rest of them, but that's okay. Right. So down over this way then, as the fuel's moving in. Importantly, we do have a lot of supply coming in here. We also do have a bunch of actual units over here. And these guys actually aren't going to be destined for Naval. They're the ones that are going to be really building up these island chains out here and providing the actual aviation support. So we'll have to divvy them up and get them building. Right, so I do have the last regiment over here. I'm going to have that sent over here to... do I send it to Lunga or do I send it to 1000 Ship Bay? I think Lunga's probably better. So we'll go for that. Trying to build up here quickly. Right, so we'll take these. Okay. This is it. I could put a surface group out here. But I don't like that. I don't like that. I would very much prefer to have a G-Freeze do their work. Aye, that's an interesting one there. Okay. And we also do have some additional assets on the way here. Like, especially the air defense. Really, really going to be awesome. If I can get that in there, I'm going to be much, much happier. And the fact that we'll actually have the radar there, actually have some 88mm there. They're not, they're not the say or be all, but oh hell yeah, I want that radar. But yeah, having the 88X would be great too. So we can get them in there. But really, just having 3 additional aviation battalions here, or whatever you want to call them, would be phenomenal. Getting that would be absolutely fantastic. It would bring up our aviation support quite nicely. Aye. Having that radar, oh yes. It means I will be more effective, and yeah, that's going to be. I'm so happy about that. It will help us quite a lot, quite a lot. Okay. But I mean, this is it. Is he going to come in? I don't know. I want him to. I do, in fact, want him to. He does have a fair amount of ship there. He could be attempting to build up Wake Island, which, okay, he can do that. There's not much I can really do to stop him right now. See, Gary raised a very interesting point, actually. On the 1st of May, we will be able to start producing the Nix. And he's like, okay, the first place I'm going to have the Nix go is going to be the Marshall Islands. So it's a pretty fantastic idea, actually. The 1A. What? No, that's... yes, so when we do get access to the Nick and do start to churn these bad boys out, what we will do is have them sent to the Marshall Islands first, then. The reason being that, as Gary pointed out, they're going to be going up against their Wildcats. But they're 340 speed, 340 speed, 232 cruise. They're armoured. They're not super maneuverable, but they're not that. Well, they're okay. They've got quite a lot of durability there. They also have the 20 mils. They also have the 2 HMGs. I don't know how much it matters to have a tail gun. Maybe it does. It's defensive fire, so at least it's something there. Yeah, we'll send those subs in the area there. We'll send those. But I will have those. They can run 10 hexes of range with the drop tanks, which is at least something, but they would do well. They'd do well. Having just that armor is going to be quite nice. So just take note of those stats there. So 340, 232, and 12. And I'll find the Wildcat. No Wildcat? Where's the Wildcat? Wow, I went that. That was weird. Okay. I don't know why I did that. That's so strange. Okay. Yeah, Wildcat. Okay, so free A, that sort of thing. So let's take the free A then. Sorry, yeah, free A. No, we'll take the free. The free seems to be the best variant of the Wildcat it has right now. So you can see that they do have 329 speed, but they have 198 cruise. So the actual key fortified Nick would have 11 miles an hour on top speed, but it also has what? Was it 223? So about 25 miles an hour on the cruise as well, which is something that does help. Altitude, I think, goes towards the Wildcat, but not tremendously so. Wildcat only has one more maneuverability, but our Nick would actually be a little bit more maneuverable. Sorry, a little bit more durable by 2, I believe, and they'd have the same sort of gun value. But the thing is, the Wildcat has the 450 cals, whereas we'd have 2 50 caliber. Well, 12.7, which I think is 50 cal. We'd have 2 of those, but we also have then the 20mm cannon and a tail gun. And maybe the tail gun will throw them off our tail. So there we go. But yeah, they do really well. They actually do pretty damn well, in my opinion. I thought it was a fantastic idea. The fact as well that they carry 250-pound bombs because they are fighter bombers is actually really quite scary. So then if he wants to come into the Marshall Islands potentially in the future, that means that we can go into a naval attack with those bad boys. And they can kind of look after themselves and they can kind of kill. But then they could also come in and do what the Wildcats did to us and actually come in there and hit ships, so that would be pretty cool. Yeah, well, I mean, this is it. It's like the matchup would actually favour us for the most part, I believe. I mean, we're faster, more durable, only one less manoeuvrability, and we have harder hitting guns. I think that works out well for us. So far, yeah, that'd be really a good idea. So we just need to wait for May to come about and then we can put that into action. It does mean that we can utilise other squadrons that we previously hadn't been able to use. The fact is that the Key 45 is an army aircraft. So it means we could start to utilise army squadrons out in positions like this where they can become more useful there, really. But we can see there. So effect 3, penetration 2, range 429 accuracy. I need to stop sorting it like this. Right, there we go. Yeah, so effect 4, penetration 3, range 500, and accuracy 52. What was it? 50 cal? Was it 29 or something like that? I think it was something like half of that. You can see that we do have our two 12.7mm Ho 103s. Effect 3, penetration 2, range 400, 58 accuracy. And then we do also have the tail gun there, which is effect 2. Apparently that could penetrate, which I'd be really amazed if it did. Surely not. And then penetration, there we go. Effect 2, yeah, penetration 1, so it's not really going to go through that armor unless it's really lucky. Whereas these will. Range 300, accuracy 27. But I mean, the tail gun, and we've seen it with bombers when it's like driven off by defensive fire, so that's actually pretty cool for us. So we'll see. Yeah, kind of 2 of those. And reduced load is kind of the same complement as the Wildcat. But I don't know if the Wildcat can carry that at reduced range. It works well. I just think it's going to be fantastic to have out here, really. Oh yeah, no, quite a bit more durability, actually. Quite a bit more. I mean, the Wildcat's 29. Was it 28 or 29? 29, wasn't it? So we've got like another 7 on durability there. I think this thing would be a really, really good match for the Wildcat. I think it would give him quite some problems out here. But then as well, I mean, this is it. You imagine, we're not just having to deal with fights, but imagine then once we actually get in to attack the bombers, we're actually able to do quite a bit of damage there. That's a good thing. Now, how does it compare to the Zero? Well, there's the A6M7. So, the A6M2 Zero, it is faster than the Zero. 9 miles an hour top speed on it. It has a great cruise. I forget what the cruise was now. But it had, I don't know, maybe like 13 extra cruise on it. Altitude, I think it goes to the Nick. Climb probably is 0. Maneuverability the 0. Durability definitely the Nick. But yeah, take a look at that. Also, the fact is that our Ho 103, I believe it is, has a lot more accuracy. Hell of a lot more accuracy. So while we do have 2 of them here, which is great, having one that is actually far more accurate and far more likely to hit is actually really quite good there. So yep, overall pretty fantastic. I mean, this is it. Just wait. Yeah, and we're only looking about a few days from now. So if he wants to continue this, that's fine. Once we start getting like nicks out here, that's going to be a real. It's going to be a fair problem for him, really. It's going to be a fair problem. I mean, this is it. If he started eventually to use, I don't know. I mean, this is just anything really. They're going to be more resilient. They've got 11. No, sorry. Is it 13? No, 16 more points of durability than the 0. No, the durability of the 0 is 20 or 22. I think it's 22. So yeah, they're going to be what 14 more points of resilience there. They have that accuracy. They have tail gun. I don't know how much a tail gun matters, but it's got a tail gun. It's like, yeah, we got it. It's not a good thing, but we got it. Yeah, there we go. And yeah, looking forward to that. I lost my train of thought there, went into a rant about things. They're good. They're good. I was going to actually take a look at the altitude of the gun there. God, I really want them to get into the base as quickly as possibly can be done. Really want them now. Yeah. So then maybe like, what, 3 days out or so, perhaps? Oh, next gen carrier fighter. I mean, this is it. In fairness, the A6M20 will have a place for quite some time, really. The Zero just has that range, which is phenomenal. It really does work fairly well. I mean, obviously we'd have A6M8s, but then this is it. It's like you lose a lot of that range, which gives you a lot of versatility. And it's an interesting one, really. Very interesting. But then again, of course, the Zeros are carriers are limited by the range in which they can engage, so it'd be one of those. I mean, obviously, I think we'd probably look towards replacing it with the A6M8 over time. But I wouldn't be. I don't think I'd prioritize the carriers unless something. Yeah, I don't think we'd prioritize the Kinevitae. Maybe, maybe not. It depends, really. I mean, it's going to be quite a different time. We're looking a few months from now, really. At which point, I'm kind of expecting us to be really a defensive course. I'm also island chain based, land air bases, really, that sort of thing. Yeah. The A6M8 is great. Oh yeah, I mean this is it. It's obviously a heavier Zero. It's a much heavier Zero. The feather's armored there. It's heavier. You have to pay for that. But it's a decent. I mean, it's not an amazing aircraft. It's not the best Zero. I mean, it's not a phenomenal aircraft. It's a good aircraft, but it's good in 42, 43, not good in 45. But it'll work for us. The thing that is going to be the biggest game changer for us, really, is going to be the D4Y1. I always go on about this thing, and I just love this thing. The reason being that it's the carrier-capable reconnaissance aircraft. But the fact is, look at that. I mean, look at that range. That range of 21 hexes there. That is going to be an enormous amount of detection there that we gain from that. That's a phenomenal amount. I mean, the actual... Oh, gosh, amazing. And even if I just run it at normal, which I probably would do at 17. 17 is a long way, but that's pretty damn good. That's only 3 less than a Hades K4's normal. That's a big number. And like, if you take a look here, so how far away are we here? So 27. Right, so imagine with the D4Y1Cs at 17 hexes of range, you're able to detect things beyond Wake Island here. Like, we'd be able to detect one more hex here. That's some distance there. That's a lot of knowledge that you can gain there. And the thing is, it's like an allied task force might be aware that they've been spotted, but I mean that's a large area, and that does make it very difficult for them to figure it out there. How you doing there, Cag? Very quiet turn, really. The main point of the turn was that we managed to kick some Hurricane's asses over Magway, which is actually pretty fantastic. And I've kind of been rambling about aircraft. I keep meaning to look at the actual AA. Right. Other than that, we had a good turn. No losses, really, just gains, which is always a good thing. So, 88, Type 99. Not that there. 88, Type 99. Oops, not that. Right. 88, Type 99. Was it down here? Oh, there it is, yes. There we go. I mean, this is it. Effect 20. Ceiling 31,000 feet. It's going to be great. It's going to be really, really good to have out here. So, a couple days away. I wish they were on faster ships, but yeah, it is as it is. But once they do arrive over here at Royal Mud, that does give us that radar. So, if I take a look, I think they have Tachi 1. Tachi 1. Electronics. Tachi 7. patchy one there. Right, so that range is only 45k. But it is just significantly better than having 0. It's not a great radar system, but it's radar, and that does give us at least some warning. Do you follow the game of battle groups? I try to keep up when able, but I mean, with studies it does make it quite difficult. I mean, I barely keep up my own channel for the most part. As you guys know, I mean, oh gosh, this... I need to stop being lazy. I have so many episodes to release on YouTube. I don't know what it is. I just can't. I don't know. I've been doing this a while. I know, it's weird, isn't it? I'd like to say that I kickstarted the trend of Warinthepacific on YouTube. I kind of feel like I did. Probably not, but I'm going to claim that. And my god, that first episode was terrible. Remember the shaky cam mount to get the Coral Sea? I still suck at the game, but I've learned quite a lot in that time since. And maybe in about 7 years I might be competent, but we'll get in there. Yes, I mean, this is it. I am looking towards a Soviet Union invasion. I will say that. I do say it every time, so I'd love to rile people up. But, I mean, if it fails, then good, because at the end of the day, it brings the campaign to a close sooner, and we can go ahead and try a new campaign and try new things out. People have been suggesting I do try a alternate reality campaign, alternate history campaign, and I might see what there's out there, see what's interesting. It could be a very interesting way to play. It'd be crazy, but we'll see. The likelihood is that it would be another vanilla campaign, but we'll see. At least with vanilla, you have something you can measure yourself against, which is interesting. But we'll see about that. We're looking pretty good there. Yeah, so Issei is going to be coming south over here to bombard. So we'll have the BB Issei bombard Kagayan, which is fine by me. Get some actual big guns over here at Kagayan. Actually get some progress going there. Would you even play against a computer? Nah, the computer's not a threat. It would be a human opponent. It does definitely add a hell of a lot to the game. Okay. You just lose too much, I think, otherwise. Let's see. Yeah, let's keep building that there. So let's see what we've got in the... wow, free of San Francisco. That's a big one. Right, it gives you a free, but you don't really ever learn that much. I know there's one unit there. 2 fighters, okay. I guess that's something. And this is it, you can imagine if we got in off the coast of the US and like hit that port, that'd be great. Oh, that'd be great. Maybe, yeah. Maybe one day. But so far he's been cagey. It is interesting to see a tanker being suggested there. I don't know how true that is. He always tends to have fuelers or some sort of oil, or fuel, nearby. So that's an interesting one. But, yeah, things are working out. We do also have all this AA over here on the APs moving south. Nothing particularly special, but... Is that a 10 centimeter? That's a fair size gun then. Yeah. I mean, this is likely... I'm just going to likely have that sit at a bar for the most part. The reason being, it just gives us something to play with against B-17s, really. I mean, right now we actually don't have any proper flag. And I would like to get some protection over here. I do need to get some radar over here, actually. It is on the way. So, I-21 is fully repaired. I-8... Sorry, I-10, I mean, is under repairs. I-21 can head out. That's good. I decided to go ahead and move these south. I'm also sending the BLeAcHACiD. She was on her way from the Marsh Island. I thought, well, to be fair, Talag is a protected position. Obviously, there's a lot of protection here. And we do have ships that are in need of servicing. So I'm like, well, okay, we'll bring in a R down here that was already underway. But at least we actually do have our capability there, which is pretty nice. So they're going to auto-disband into here. And then, yeah, we can have her used. She's a very valuable ship, but I do want to get those repairs enacted. I do feel like Talagi is a fairly protected place. I'm building the airfield up, because I really want both, but we'll do that. I want it done as soon as possible. I did bring in the other regiment rather than having it 1,000 ships paid. That might be a mistake, but if it speeds it up a little bit, I think it might be worthwhile. Probably not, but we'll see. It's something that's happened now. I'm going to have the other regiment work on 1,000 ship bay, so around Lunga, at least. I'll go ahead and I think I'll establish a service group there just to provide protection. Those APDs I'll probably draw back. I'll have these submarines try to engage over here. Oh, we also saw something down this way, didn't we? We had reports. Yes, there we go. Tanker. Interesting. Right, 2 subs there that can be vectored to try and engage there. But have you noticed that we actually do have submarines out in this area now? There's also some ships out here. Now that we actually do have submarines out in this area, he's having to take that into consideration. I mean, we are covering some nice areas. Oh, I also do have... Where are they? Are they not here yet? Where'd they go? I'd like to draw those ships. Oh, there they are. Yeah, I'd like to draw any sort of idle ship into the deeper core, really, just to provide that protection. Yes, I do have these submarines over here. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at these submarines and make sure they have aggressive commanders. But I will have... I think I'm going to have them sent down to this area, or sent potentially down this area. And just try and cover this area in a few more submarines, really. We shall see. I've got this one over here, just on the off chance he does come around here. But at least I do have a shot at him. But we'll see. It's not terribly likely. I might be shooting myself in the foot. I probably want to... Maybe I want to go for here. That's probably a more likely position, perhaps. That could probably do. Something a bit like that. Could do with a couple more here. Yeah, it's a big unknown right now where the British carriers are, by the way. Don't know. Okay. Our new unit arrives at Tokyo. Let's see. Ship availability. So we get Yunyo. I always look at that and it... Yunyo. I mean, this is it. I don't know where the J comes from. It really screws with me because I'm like, when it comes to Japanese, I'm like, I don't know where this is coming from. Right. One sec. I know the J. I get where that sound comes from. It's just the jun. So I'm like... let's see. Right, okay. So it's like, okay, where is it? I kind of feel like it's meant to be this one, like G. I think it's meant to be G. So G. And Yo. And it kind of messes with me. So it's like, there should be a Y there. It bugs me. It bugs me in a weird way now. I'm like, come on. Yeah, there we go. That's my little thing there. We are 41 days on Yamato. That's going to be great. Now, Yamato is likely to sit in the port for a long while. I might even have her possibly move to Roinama. Maybe. She'd do well in positions where he has to come in. 16 days, not a long time away, is it really? And that coincides fairly well then with when the Nick start to arrive, so that's good. So I mean, this is it. It's like, I wouldn't say that I'm timid regarding the Kidapatite. I know some people do think I am timid regarding them. I do say that I'm... I don't even think cautious. I mean, cautious, I guess. I don't know. It's more so that I've got a longer-term plan for them. I really don't... I guess then that is caution, isn't it? I guess opportunistic, I suppose you could say. I do have a set... I have like some parameters, really, and I'm like, right, okay. Is it worthwhile? No, okay, they don't engage. If it is, yes, they go to engage. Well, I mean, this is it. Obviously, we'd look to where we could use her. The thing with Yamato is that she's so fuel-intensive. But she does fantastic in positions like this, like Roynama, Raphael, other positions like that, where if he comes in, he has to deal with Yamato. She's in port where she's been capped, but then obviously she takes on the attention of the enemy aircraft. She can take a lot of punishment. She has those air guns, which are quite nice. I don't know, she'd just have 20 mils, or does she have anything larger? That'd be an interesting one. Oh no, of course. We don't get to see if they're dual purpose, but we can see that they're AA, so we can see there that, yes. Not much in the way of range, which is interesting. That is very interesting. How many units will be able to be built right away? Well, we have a total production of 90, so we'll build 90 a month. So... I don't know, do 90 divided by, I don't know, like 30 or 31 or something, that's how many we'll produce a day. So the numbers will add up fairly quickly, but about 90 a month. Well, I mean, this is it. With Wake, it's annoying because I really wish we had it. And it would definitely change things had we had that. But he can build up and okay, but the thing is he doesn't have tremendous capability to drive home an invasion now. Or really much of a capability. He could attempt something, but it's one of those where it probably work out for the better for us, really. But if he lingers out here, then it gives us chances to hit him. I mean, he's already had 2 chances where he nearly lost the carrier. He's a lucky son of a bitch that it didn't happen. Real lucky son of a bitch that it didn't happen. But, well, this is it. Eventually that luck will run out. For one of us, at least. Aye, we shall see. Yeah, 9 a month is pretty damn good, yep. Yeah, we do have 5 subs out there. I'm going to have the submarines vectored into this area here to try and take them on. So, try and get some luck there. Subs out here too. Aye. Okay, so I'm just waffling at this point then. There's not a huge amount to be done, but I like to waffle every now and then. Makes the time go by. It's been fantastic to have you guys out here. Thank you very much for coming, so arigatou gozaimasu, and I shall see you in the future. Probably Mata Nichiyomi. Probably about that time, maybe Mata Getsuyomi, depends on how things go. But thank you very much, I shall see you guys in the future. Goodbye for now. Always fun. There we go.